Question 1292. Have you ever slept out overnight to be one of the first in the queue?
There's nothing that is that important in the materialistic society in which we live to do that. That's insane.
That's just not, no.
Yeah, that's a definite no for me.
Math pick?
Nope.
How are you? No one. I can't believe that. Nerdy, no. James, no. No one in the chat.
I'd pay someone to do it for me.
You forget who you're asking, Dave. You're asking a bunch of introverts that don't like talking to people. Have you ever sat out in a queue in the middle of the night in the rain with 50 strangers?
You can ignore them. You can sleep. Ox says out overnight. Yes, for a queue, never. And happy birthday, Ox. Linda says no. Never again says no. David Melbourne says no. Dave T says yes. Why? What for? Which was meant to be the follow-up question for the panelists. Wild Eden says nope. James Henry says nope. Spooky says nope. Lone Wanderer says no, but I have gone to a midnight release of films. I have been to the midnight release of one film. And I can't remember what it was. It was one of the Harry Potters.
Oh! What did you watch? What? Oh!
What?
Oh, that was worth the wait then.
What was the O?
I didn't stay out all night, but I walked out of school, I walked out of work very early in the morning to run down to get a ticket to the late night showing of Pink Floyd The Wall, and I was ticket number 8.
Oh, wow. I remember when the film The Exorcist came out. It was the first film I can remember in my lifetime that people waited in line to get tickets. And whatever year that was introduced, early 70s, like that.
Fair enough. Julie says nope. When I was young enough to do that, I was too broke. Godless Sewing says yes for Slayer twice. I miss Ozfest. You only live once. Godless Scammer says never wanted to queue up for something that badly before.
The thing is, Godless Sewing would not be afraid of queuing up at night.
No.
Because he's a very, very dangerous person. He's a Riemann.
See, the thing is, I have queued up late at night.
Got hours.
To buy electronics.
He can do the Vulcan pinch.
See, I've always had this... one basic question about doing that.
What?
How do you... So you're here on this parking lot or this big wide sidewalk in front of some store or shopping center or whatever. How do you put the tent stakes in the concrete?
You don't. You don't get tent. Who takes a tent? Oh. What you do if you're me is you take your wheelchair with you and look as pathetic as possible, so they'll move you inside the store.
Sympathy vote again. I will never go to Alton Towers with Dave, ever.
Why not? Great fun.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, get him in a fucking wheelchair. Skip every queue. I just can't answer that. Because you're correct, but I'm polite. Unlike you evil people.
Spiteful.
I'd take him to Disney World. I'd take Dave to Disney. I don't mean take him as I'd pay for him. I would not do that. Let's not go there. But I'd tag along. I would tag along and I could push you around in your wheelchair and then we could go to the gift shop and I wouldn't have to queue.
I was just going to say...
Yeah, Dave's a fast pass with legs.
If Disney World is like Alton Towers, it wouldn't cost you anything to take. It wouldn't cost you anything.
There's a bit of a difference between Disney World and Alton Towers.
Well, I know, but I've never looked at Disney World. But Alton Towers, I can take someone in for free.
What is Alton Towers?
It's just a theme park here. Because I'm allowed to take whoever's pushing me. I'm allowed to take in.
I've got a cunning plan, Dave.
What?
If you take your wheelchair, I mean, you've not got a choice, but let's just say this. Play along with this. You take your wheelchair, I'll push you, and I'll wear my special hat. That means we get double the sympathy.
What's your special hat?
Is that the one you keep your brains in? Or?
No, it's the one you sit in. It's fine. Don't worry.
I will destroy you, Jenny.
Oh, cool.
Right. I've completely lost track of the chat, unfortunately. People were telling me what they'd done. And now people are telling me they're taking me to Alton Towers. Do you know, I'm not actually that keen on going to Alton Towers. When I told that to Matt Dick, he said, tough. I'm going anyway.
The thing is, Dave, you've no say in the matter anymore. We are taking you whether you like it or not. And the thing is, you can't complain because you're in a wheelchair.
Whatever.
You're aware, right, that it's a self-propelling wheelchair and it's got brakes that I control.
I'll jump on the back.
You do realise I will be able to push you from behind with my little tiny baseball bat when you misbehave because of bonk. We're going in this right, Dave. No, bonk.
or a crowbar in the spokes.
You know, my brain is going into really bad places right now. I think we should move on.
Such ableism. What is this?
There's a word for this, but I can't remember it. And all that my head is going is it's cripple abuse. And it's definitely not that.
No. You see, abuse means that there's not consent. You have consented to all of this.
How have I consented? I didn't consent to go to Alton Towers.
I heard him consent. He did consent. He wants us to
all
kidnap
video,
him.
Dave.
Ox says, then we cover him in Cheetos and let the seagulls at him. What did I ever do to you?
That's like the worst type of non-cheese that there is.
What?
Oh no, I think the
Cheetos.
Cheetos aren't cheese.
The mac and cheese preps with the elbow macaroni and the powdered cheese. I think that's much worse. It's probably about the same kind of thing, but
If there are 5 of us and only one Dave, if he's in his wheelchair and he's got his ball gag in his mouth, I would call that consent, to be honest.
Why would I have my ball gag in my mouth?
because you're a good boy.
Seriously.
Because
Because it
you're a
would be
good
on
boy,
the
and your
Thursday.
mistress wants it that way.
So, just out of curiosity, Dave, if we all waited outside, right, and we took turns and say I pushed you in, and then half an hour later you rolled out by yourself, and then Donna pushed you in, and then half an hour later you rolled out by yourself, could we all get in?
We've got a plan. We've got a working plan here.
It's a terrible plan.
It's not, because there's certain rides that I want to go on that say Stu doesn't want to go on, so he can push you for that one. And
there's lots of rides I don't want to go on, like most of them.
Word Pig makes a very good point here, because I'm not really into the big scary rides. I find them a bit there, whatever. So I could push Dave around while you guys go on the rides. Yeah, I'd take him for a little.
No, you see, unfortunately, if you want to get to the front of the queues, I've got to go on the ride.
Okay. Do you not have a special badge that you could lend us?
What? Just to let other people go on the ride? No.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have to very gently lift you from the wheelchair and gently put you into the thing, or can I just sort of like tip you into the front cart?
No, I'm going to make sure. No. I'm going to make sure you gently lift me out of the. No, the fact that I can stand up from the wheelchair is irrelevant. I am going to make you lift me and carry me to the fucking ride.
No, I'm going to just dump you. Just tip you.
And as they're lifting you, you go, oh God.
Nerdy says, dump Dave in the restaurant and steal the wheelchair.
Boom. There we go. There's an even better idea.
I'll go in it. Fine.
That's good.
There you go, Godless Scummer. I'd sooner do a parachute jump or a bungee jump before ever getting on a roller coaster. I'm happy up to. I don't mind the one in the dark, and I don't mind Nemesis. All the others can.
Do you
are
think
horrible.
would there be one of those ball play areas? Don't go there. One of those things where you throw your kids into a big tub of balls, and again, don't go there. But could we throw Dave into one of those?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
That'll keep him kind of out of trouble for about half an hour, we could steal his badge and his wheelchair. We'd take turns in his wheelchair. I'd push Word Pig, and then Word Pig could push Donna, and we could all go around Alton Towers doing the rides. I will not go on the rides, but I'll buy you all ice creams. I'll be in charge.
Do you know? I want to point. I need to point something out here, but just before we. Right, I was reading through Lone Wanderer's questions yesterday. Do you know how many of the questions have got in brackets at the end? Stool, behave.
Everything.
I'm being such a good boy today. I know I've got to be a good boy because I'm terribly scared of producer Kaz.
I was just thinking, if you took Dave's ball gag and threw it into the ball pit, it would probably take him more than half an hour to find it. Like.
It's black.
Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one.
Why you think I can try them one at a time?
That one's too big for my mouth. Moving on.
If you wanted to keep me in there, you'd have to tie my hands behind my back, so I had to find it with my mouth. Why am I talking?
Is this why you like bobbing for apples at Halloween, Dave?
This is
it. Practice as a kid. We make £5 super chat from Godless Scummer. We may have to queue up all night to wait for Dave to get to the next question.
Probably.
Dave, keep talking. I've been writing, or I should say, I've been experimenting in writing some porno trashy novels. You'll give me lots of good material.
I highly doubt it.
And a new name for the character.
Computer Chick Production says, nope, never slept outside to be the first one in line. And James Henry says, how did we get to a ball gag? It's Cadence's fault. It's always Cadence's fault.
And I just asked him as he knew, because
this is actually quite truly wonderful how we've moved on to ball gags. Bravo. Well done, guys.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.